Welcome to part 11 of the Super Mario Galaxy commentary. Now it's time for everyone's favorite galaxy!
Or everyone's favorite music track, anyway. I don't really like... I like the level attached to it is okay, but I'm not really that fond of it.
It's a good level. I don't mind it. It's really creative. I like the whole thing with the apples off in the distance.
It's creative and it's fun, but gameplay-wise, it's not the most interesting in the game.
Yeah, I can agree with that. You gonna go on the underside of the planet right here to get the extra stuff? Probably not.
Nope. I don't think I do anyway.
Already too late.
yeah, these planets may look like they're flat platforms, but they're not. You can still go on the underside of them.
Yeah, there's like crystals and stuff on the underside that you can see right there, which is kind of your hint to do that. And hey, he actually does it for this one.
I can't believe that you still do the floaty, flowery wind thing without having the vibrate on your controller on, though.
You can do it. It's just timing.
I thought it wasn't possible without the vibrate on.
Yeah, and yet I didn't even know that you could that there was like vibrations to tell you when to do it. I pretty much just always did it like at the last possible second, and I still got it.
I always have vibrate off on all of my controllers except when I'm fishing in Persona 4. So I didn't even know vibrate was a thing for this.
Well, Galaxy is another one of those games that, unless it's like mandatory for something like, well, it's not exactly mandatory as we all just proven, but Galaxy vibrates your controller for everything. Collecting star bits, spinning attacks, getting hit, all that. It drains your battery like nothing else. Galaxy was the game that made me realize I should probably start getting rechargeable batteries for my Wiimote.
You know, I did buy rechargeable batteries, but the thing is that I really hate the feeling of the rechargeable battery back on my hands, so I'd rather just pay for the batteries and have the controller feel more comfortable.
Well, I mean, like, just get rechargeable double A's. Don't get, like, you know, the...
Oh, rechargeable double A. Oh.
Yeah, you can do that,
Yeah.
but you know, the rechargeable batteries in my controllers actually aren't any bigger than, you know, the regular battery cover. So you can't really tell while you're playing.
The ones that I got had like this big rubber padding
Yeah,
thing
some
on
of
the
them
back.
are obnoxious like that.
And at some point it's just like, ugh.
It's like...
It's the same reason why I can't wear the Wii condom either.
yeah. Mine are like some kind of durable, rechargeable, Duracell, sorry, rechargeable battery packs, or maybe they're Energizer. Energizer, that was it.
Well, I actually think they've updated a bit on the Wii condom because I recently bought the new Wii Motion Plus controller, that has the Wii Motion Plus built inside, and it came with its own Wiimote jacket, and I don't know, it's been a while since I've last used the Wiimote with the Wiimote jacket on, but it feels like it's made out of a different material, and it's not as bulky as before either.
They updated that, and I think they also changed the back of the controllers recently because you have the sync button on the outside of the battery cover now, which was a much-needed change.
Syncing your Wiimotes was a pain in the ass on the original Wii, and it's so much easier on the Wii U.
Oh, it's so much easier on the Wii. And then on top of that, they also have it so that the little thing that you press the button in with is like on the Wiimote strap now. So it's like that you have like the thing to press the button in like on the controller as well.
Yep. Very, very, very
I
nice.
love, by the way, the reason the Wii jacket and strap exist, and the reason you have to constantly be bombarded by reminders that you should be using your Wii jacket and you should be having the wrist strap on the whole time. I took my strap off the Wii remote, by the way, just because.
Nah, I leave it on.
It's because Americans don't know not to throw their controller
I like to play helicopters with mine.
No, here's the thing. The problem with it is that they had all of these warnings. Be careful when you're swinging this thing. It came with the wrist strap. I think the original wrist straps broke though, so.
Yeah, it's that the wrist straps are too thin, so they replaced them with a thicker model.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was really quick, and then they had the jackets that came out like a few months later.
Yeah, but you know what? They have to put a warning everywhere. They have to put a warning at the beginning of every game now, just so that no one can say I didn't see it.
No, do you know about the lawsuit where a lady spilled coffee on herself and she sued, I think it was McDonald's, for serving her hot coffee, and
Yeah.
So
God.
that's why on every coffee cup you get, it says warning, coffee may be
Yeah,
hot.
McDonald's actually lost that. They had to do that. Nintendo actually has.
What?
Nintendo has actually had similar lawsuits, believe it or not. When Mario Party came out.
The Mario Party
Yeah,
one.
the Mario Party is one's the most famous.
How can any court be stupid enough?
I think this is before McDonald's actually had the warning hot coffee things on their coffee
Yeah.
cups.
Why would you
Because you
need...
can sue for, you can blame someone else for your own stupidity because that's how the American legal system
Pretty
works.
Yeah,
much.
it's all loopholes and technicalities.
I know that there's currently a lawsuit going on, people suing Nabisco, saying that double stuffed Oreos are only actually 180, or only actually 185%.
Oh, Jesus Christ! It's semantics, people.
Yeah.
For
What's
fuck's
going
sake.
on?
Okay, our justice system isn't run by rock-stupid computers, okay? There's no excuse for that kind of thing happening. Humans make these decisions.
I remember there was also, like, I think speaking of Nabisco, I remember that Chips Ahoy got sued because their slogan was 100 chips delicious, and there was a woman that actually counted the number of chips and like in the bags, and she was like, they're not actually selling the 100 chips, so it's false advertising, and sure enough they actually lost.
That's... you can sue for anything.
Who cares?
You really can.
I don't know what's worse, that these people actually win or that they exist at all.
It's clear they're just looking for money.
I don't know what's worse, the stuff that's actually going on, or the fact that we are talking about the American legal system while going through Gusty Garden
Hey,
Galaxy.
that's not the worst of it that we did earlier this playthrough. May I remind you?
But we have the episode coming up where we don't talk about the game once in the entire part.
Hey, if we could bullshit this much about the American legal system in a Mario Galaxy playthrough, I'm starting to wonder why we canceled Phoenix Wright.
Because there was a convenient movie that had all three cases in one movie.
Talking of interesting on-screen things, the caterpillars here. Shouldn't we be talking about that?
I like the caterpillar. I think it's really cool. I like how these apples look too. Like, there's something about food in Super Mario Galaxy where they just make it look amazingly delicious.
Not as much as Pikmin 3, though.
But would you say they're magically delicious?
Pikmin 3 has higher has technology on its side.
Well, I would say that they're magically delicious, but then I would get sued for false advertising because the food's not actually magical.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Keeping, like, even just ignoring the caterpillar in there, would you really want to eat an apple that had Mario's disgusting, dirty feet on it? I mean, think about how much Goomba guts are on his shoes.
If you're going to talk about what's on apples before you eat them, I always rinse my apples because I know at some point they've been sprayed with pesticide. Think about that for a moment.
So what's worse than finding a worm in your apple?
I suddenly can't feel my right arm.
Not feeling your right arm.
What?
Okay.
How random.
Oh, Major Burrows. Yeah.
So what happens to his pupils when you just sort of knock them out? They just sort of disappear.
I always feel bad about beating this guy up because he just looks so cute and fluffy.
It's so fluffy!
We're used Donkey Kong Jungle Beat asses.
Nah, not really. It's just the fur shading
Yeah.
technology.
I never played Jungle Beat, so I was like amazed when I saw that.
Jungle Beat's a pretty good game. I feel like it gets a lot of unnecessary flack for using the bongos, even though it actually does control pretty good.
Yeah, I actually never played it though because the fact that it uses the bongos and the fact that it had that title, I didn't know it was even a platformer for years. I thought it was just another Donkey Konga game.
Yeah, that was its biggest problem, I think, is
Marketing.
sort of odd advertising. So, yeah, it's one of the most underappreciated GameCube games, which is odd because the entire GameCube library is underappreciated as a whole, except for like
Yeah.
Prime and stuff.
I know that it got re-released on the Wii though, so it's not like a hard-to-find game anymore.
I hear that the Wii version is different in a lot of, like, they changed the level design in some places from the GameCube port, but I haven't played the Wii version, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I wasn't even aware there was a Wii version.
It's a new play control version.
I wasn't even aware there was a GameCube port. It's, what, did they port it to the same system it was originally on?
The GameCube version. I don't know how well it would play on the Wii, though, because part of what makes the game control well is that you actually have, like, the bongos are like buttons, so you're actually touching something. When you're playing with the Wiimote and you're just shaking it, it's not as
So what do you get? Like 2 Wiimotes, like you're drumsticking it?
Yeah, no, you use your Wiimote and your nunchuck, and I think you shake the Wiimote to move.
Oh,
right,
you're
and
using
you
2
shake the
Wiimotes
nunchuck.
to bang on the bongos.
No, you use 2 Wiimotes and you're waving them in the air like a jackass.
Oh,
like
every
every
other
Wii
one.
game ever. If I wanted to wave my Wiimote in the air like a jackass, I'd play No More Heroes. Then I would actually be playing as a jackass.
So speaking of motion controls, does anyone here actually like the Kinect?
Nope.
Does anyone actually like the Kinect?
Wants to make a Banjo-Kazooie game for the Kinect.
I have no judgment because I've never tried it. I couldn't afford.
I've only used it one time, and that was for a game of Fruit Ninja when I was at my buddy's apartment in Pittsburgh.
I tried using it; it didn't work very well, and it
Well,
was like
part of the thing when it comes to motion control is how it's programmed. So, I'm not sure how well the Kinect controls on how well the technology itself works. I do know that even if it worked well, some games might not be programmed well for it.
Well, it's just the way that the Kinect works is really simple. It's just that you have 2 cameras that are like looking at the environment and trying to perceive it in 3D so that they can tell like how you're moving. And
Yeah.
they're programmed like with information of this is what a person is generally shaped like so that it can lock onto you. And the way that the Wii and PlayStation Move were both programmed is that they have an accelerometer and a gyroscope in them. And the Wii has a camera in the controller looking at the TV, whereas the PlayStation Move is a camera on the TV looking at the controller. So the Wii and PlayStation Move pretty much work the same. It's just that they're backwards in terms of like the usage of an infrared camera. But the Kinect is like completely different. Just like, I don't know, Microsoft always acts like everyone loves the Kinect and that everyone thinks the Kinect is like the greatest thing to ever happen, yet I've never met one person that even remotely
Well, that's a
likes it.
marketing thing. If they say people like it, people are going to believe that people like it, even if people don't actually like it.
But I've never met one person that even remotely likes it.
You know, at some point you just gotta give up, though, because, like, Nintendo tried to make stuff like the Wii Zapper a thing for a little bit, but once they realized, okay, nobody likes this thing, they just sort of stopped, and they quietly let it die, so why can't Microsoft do the same thing?
Because Microsoft is a fucking idiot. Need I remind you about the Mojave commercials?
Oh god, that yeah.
You might need to remind me about the Mojave
refresh my memory.
commercials.
Basically, it was their way of making Windows Vista look good by putting people who'd never touched Vista in front of Vista for 20 seconds so that they would say, hey, this is awesome.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I think I recall seeing Subway advertisements. for
And then
that.
basically the idea was they called it Mojave when they showed it to these people, taped their reactions, made it into commercials, and at the very end they'd say, this is Windows Vista. And then
They're like, I can't
it would
believe
be
it.
like, oh, it doesn't suck. But you see, the thing is, you can't actually decide whether an operating system, let alone Vista, sucks or not just by looking at it for a few seconds. You have to have time with the computer.
Because before Vista came out, like all the press was saying that it was like the greatest thing to ever happen because they had only like played it like at demo stations or like inside of private areas. They hadn't actually tried running their stuff on it.
One of the things about Vista is that it's a memory hog. You won't notice that until you've had time with the computer.
I think it was just that the world wasn't really ready for Vista though, because people were like trying to upgrade their XP computers into running Vista, and it required like a heck of a lot of VRAM to be able to do what it wanted to do, and it was just that people trying to upgrade their computers into Vista just were having grand old terrible times, and it didn't help that Vista was also had some really weird quirks to it, both in terms of compatibility and the fact that when it came out, I recall there being a thing like if you had sound playing on your computer, it would actually hurt your network connection. Yeah, it was that, I forget like what the technicalities were though, but when Vista came out, you actually would get a slower network connection if you had sound playing on your computer.
The two have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah, like that's what I mean.
I'd like to point out that we're playing Mad Space on bullet hell mode right now.
You mean Crazy Gadget?
Crazy Gadget, whatever.
Crazy Gadget was the Sonic Adventure 2 level where the gravity gimmick actually sort of worked most of it.
But this was actually before I found the Mario and Sonic at the 2012 Olympic Games remix. Have you guys ever heard that version?
It's okay.
Really good. They made it a little more spacey. If that's a word.
Luigi,
How did he write that letter while holding on to that thing?
How did he take that picture?
Tree is my best friend. I will never let him go. Ever.
How did he take that picture? How did he mail it to us? If he could get someone to take the picture and mail it to us for him while he was on the tree, why didn't he just ask for help getting down?
Luigi selfies. He sent it through Instagram.
Hey, bro. The tree climbing lessons are total success. Oh, get down already! I kind of slept through the coming back down session.
Fucking jump.
Even though it's a rock and not a tree.
Alright, to mention something about lives, your life counter does reset when you save. However, whenever you leave and exit the hub world, so do the lives that are scattered around there, and there's a new life that gets added to the hub world every time you open a new area.
But that also means that you have to spend like 5 minutes looking for all those lives.
Here's an idea. Lives don't freaking matter in this game.
If you want to spend 10 minutes grinding lives in the hub world, it's obscenely easy to get up to 99 within minutes.
Yeah.
Well, usually the 5 lives that the Toad has is enough. Or 20 if
Yeah.
you're playing Luigi mode.
But you know, at this point, I just wonder why they don't just let you save your life count.
What kind of fun fact were you saying about?
Oh, I was saying, fun fact is that if you've actually managed to lose all your lives in either of these games, for some odd reason they changed the game over screen text from pink to yellow in Galaxy 2.
Huh.
I'm not sure what the significance of that is, but they did.
It's the little things in life.
I think I've only gotten a game over once in this.
I would say I don't think I've ever gotten a game over in this.
I got in a game over twice as Luigi.
I think, no, wait, I didn't even get a game over in the perfect run. I had too many lives at that point.
You can get 99 lives on Starship Mario really easy, especially with like that dice game that you can play to get lives.
Yeah. The way he bounces just makes me feel like a jackass.
Because he just looks so soft
What
and
makes you feel
cuddly.
like a jackass? Do tell.
You do have to realize that he was actually, you know what, I don't feel bad for the rabbit that he was about to rip into tiny little pieces, so why did we beat that guy up?
The rabbit could have turned into a star and flown away.
Quite possibly.
Now, I want to put this in perspective. We just got a power star that was buried in that thing's intestines.
Nothing new for Mario.
Yeah.
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 He kills things all the time for power stars.